They can slither anywhere and strike faster than the blink of an eye. Every year, snakes bite nearly 5.5 million people worldwide, and some of those bites are caught on camera. Today, we have collected the most terrifying, surprising, and tragic snake attacks ever recorded on video. How to survive. 6 snake attacks you wish you never saw. Number 6. The Fearless Shaman. Nek Tadon was an Indonesian shaman, famous in his village for handling deadly animals without any fear. Sadly, his last act was caught on video. In 2020, he had captured a king cobra and prepared a show for his neighbors. As usual, he started handling and spinning the cobra, smiling at the audience, but things soon got out of hand. After the snake's first spin, he had to catch it when it tried to bite his face. Unfortunately, the snake managed to twist and bite his wrist. Some of his enthusiastic audience screamed in fear. Tadon pretended to scold the cobra as villagers came to help him clean the wound, but he insisted on continuing. Second ladder. The increasingly furious snake stuck him directly in the face. He finished his performance, but 2 hours later, he began to feel very ill. At the hospital, doctors administered an anti-venom, but unfortunately, it was too late. The venom flooded his bloodstream, and Nek Tadon was pronounced dead. Even people accustomed to handling wild animals can get killed by them. So never attempt to do it without proper training and equipment. Number 5. A cat wins its share. In central India, it's not uncommon for snake to snake into homes, but Rajesh Brave and his wife finally had enough here. They are so lucky to have a cat that has always spotted scaly intruders in time. On this occasion, the cat started hissing at the shoe rack as some of the shoes were moved. This happened. A deadly cobra was ready to kill, stressed by all the commotion. Rajesh called in a snake handler. The frightened reptile attacked again and again, getting more and more agitated. The handler managed to get hold of the unwanted visitor for a short period of time, and Nadi had to release it until a jar could be found to keep it in. As the man started the rescue all over again, the cobra unfolded its hawk and tried to strike. Experience and ingenuity allowed the expert to finish the job and bring his latest success story to a shelter. If you live in an area where snakes are common, don't forget to close the windows and doors to prevent any unwanted slithering guests. Number 4. The Cock Charmer. This 35-year-old man is a professional performer with many years of experience handling venomous snakes. On this particular day, he was performing with a king cobra. Can kill 20 humans, even an adult elephant. Unfortunately for the handler, it was not his day. After a few turns, the snake lunged toward his arm and bit him. Only a few minutes after this bite, you feel unconscious. Anna stopped breathing. He was rushed to the hospital, and I spent 3 days on life support. He was lucky to be alive, but more than a week after his close encounter, he still had burn-like wounds all over his body. The only thing that saved this man was immediate medical attention, so never approach a deadly cobra in the wild without anti-venom in your pocket. Number 3. The Slithering Nightmare. This terrifying video will give you plenty of material for your own future nightmares. It's 2019, and this 75-year-old grandmother is sleeping in her Bangkok home when an intruder sneaks into her room. At first, the lethal python remains still, perhaps just looking for a cool place to spend the night. But soon the woman begins moving in her sleep, her foot wiggling. just inches from the deadly trepicer. The snake remains alert, perhaps feeling threatened by the moment the lady's foot moves again, as the beast lunges forward. It takes a second for the woman to react after the fangs digs into her skin. At first she thinks it's just a bad dream. She wakes up and finds something worse than a nightmare. A python coiled in front of her bed, ready to strike again. Fortunately, she managed to get out of the room and call for help. Experts think that the snake entered the woman's room through the bathroom pipes. Yet another reason to be careful when you are reaching for toilet paper. Number 2. When stunts go wrong. Artival Duarte is a famous Brazilian activist known as the Ninja of Serpents. He regularly performs dangerous stunts with deadly animals to raise awareness about deforestation in the Amazon. But, every once in a while, a stunt can go wrong. This time, he wanted to put the head of a huge python in his mouth, while he already had a tarantula resting on his tongue. The tarantula behaved as expected, but when he tried to add the snake into the mix, disaster struck. The reptile bit him straight on the face. After a few terrifying and painful seconds, the python let go. Python have no venom, so Artival's life was not threatened. Still, please never try at home. Number 1. A curious tourist watching charmers at a snake park in Thailand. From a distance is the thing, but try to imitate them. Well, this Chinese tourist was invited to kiss a snake as part of the show. As she approached, the snake turned its head and bit her directly on the nose. The rest of tourists screamed in terror. The handlers were as shocked as the poor woman. She struggled in pain as the snake griped her face. Finally, the staff managed to free this 29-year-old woman. She was taken to the hospital where she received 8 stitches to her nose. The company that organized the show paid her about $3,000 in damages and stated the tourist would no longer be allowed to get up close and personal with these snakes. Slender, stealthy beasts sneaking into your home. Sneaking into your home are scary, but huge monsters like this one breaking and eating you whole are like a scene from a horror movie. That's why we have compiled the scariest true stories of few people who survived being attacked by Komodo dragons.